Mr. Speaker, let's clarify anything. We say that you can do anything, you can say anything about the government. You can say that you don't like the current system, you can say that you don't like the way the government is running. What we have a problem with is that if a person says it in a radical way, if a person says it in a way that harms other person, if a person says it in a way that involves kidnapping or even murdering of other people, and we feel like this is the context of the debate itself. We're not banning our citizens, we're not sending a message to our citizens that they cannot do anything now because the government will hit you in the back again. We said, no. What we're saying, ultimately, is the fact that we're telling citizens, hey, you are allowed to speak, but you have to know the way you speak. And we believe that this is the ultimate goal of NSA, that closing proposition will show you. We will show you 2 points of extension. We will show you how NSA caters to the problem specifically, and how the feature of NSA allows greater interception instead of just talking about the concept, which is what the opening did. Second, we'll also show you how NSA strengthens people's democracy instead of violating the Constitution, is what they said. Now, but first, let's go to the rebuttals. What we heard from opposition so far is the fact that it violates freedom of individuals and it also violates the Constitution of the country. Now, we have 4 responses towards this. First is that when you're talking about the government needing to trust the citizens, there is no such thing as 100% trust. Even in a stable society, you still have low, a sign of preventive measures in cases of possibilities, Mr. Speakers. So we believe that the concept of government trusting the society all the time is always wrong, Mr. Speakers. But more importantly, we said this is more graver in our second response. With the current status quo condition, with the fact that radical movement exists, with the fact that bombings exist, with the fact that security is at stake, we say that there is more reason for you to take better preventive measures, Mr. Speakers. Our third response is that when you're talking about violating freedom of individuals, we say it's okay as long as you do not violate non-derogable rights of these individuals. Being a democracy bound by social contract, the citizens elected the government and trusted them to manage the citizens' rights. This means that the citizens surrender part of their rights. This probably includes the right of presumption of innocence if it really is for greater good. Sit down, Mr. And we believe that NSA still caters this because NSA still preserve your non-derogable rights. You're not going to be subjected to slavery. You're not going to be subjected to inhumane treatment, Mr. Speakers. We believe this is perfectly fine. Because these other rights, by the theory of democracy itself, is okay to be compromised. Our fourth response is that when they told you society is going to be scared, this is rather funny because they're contradicting themselves. On one hand, they told you society is already aware that the situation is bad. On the other hand, we also show you that there is a probable cause. Combine those two. When a society knows the situation is already so bad right now, when there is only a probable cause, is the reason why people can be detained. We say that society being scared is a complete assumption, Mr. Speakers. Second point, how they told you this is going to be abused by local government. Again, another contradiction from opening opposition. They told you that the current accountability system that Indonesia has is already good. And that's why they praise the current process of law. If they told you that the current accountability level is already good, why are they scared that this new mechanism is going to be abused, Mr. Speakers? Second, even if it's going to be abused, this is not the problem of the individual, but this is the problem of the individual, not the system itself. But third of all, even if this is the case, we say it's fine. It is still better comparing if we put our general security at stake, those which are proven by status quo to be failing, Mr. Speakers. We say it's better for you to prioritize your citizens right now. Finally, this point about underground movement. We say this is nonsense because underground movement is what we're facing right now. Terrorists are underground movement anyway. What do you want from this? How more underground you want to push them, Mr. Speakers? Second, we say that even if they go to underground movement, we say it's fine. That's why we have intelligence, Mr. Speakers. If right now our intelligence is already working, trying to find information about any, and according to their paradigm, it's starting to be successful, we say there is no reason for you to doubt intelligence, even if we push them underground for more further, Mr. Speakers. So this is the reason why their case falls. Now let's go to our substantive. First substantive, how NSA caters to the problem, specifically allowing greater interception. Now we do have a problem with status quo. The current due process of law has significant problem in the sense that it is a completely lengthy process. In order for you to prosecute a certain person, it may take years, Mr. Speakers. In addition, it is also open to public, and sometimes it is too open to public, and this is dangerous. The reason why this is dangerous to this particular crime is the fact that you are allowing rooms for risk of manipulation. Because throughout all these times, people can find their ways. Because through being so open to public, being able to communicate with other people, you allow rooms for these people to fight back, to fight the law back, Mr. Speakers. And this is different from NSA, because action to intercept probable situation of violence. Unlike the current due process of law, where you probably need a real tangible proof before you can capture someone, you now can capture someone because there is a huge probable cause. There's no need for you to, to go into real tangible about, these people actually holding guns, for example. And that's why this is effective. Second is how it ensures more accurate information. When you detain a person, excommunicate him, not deny him access to communication, you ensure first is a first-hand info. You make sure these people are not influenced by other person when they provide information towards the intelligence. More importantly, it also ensures effective deterrence to the individual. It's that someone saying that if you want to be set free, then you need to tell the truth. This is unlike the current due process of law, Mr. Speakers, where they can find their way through it. Finally, it also ensures effective intelligence because it allows room. Because more time is allocated for NSA. You allow room for effective information gathering to actually find the chain. The reason why Osama was even caught in the first place was because NSA was succeeded in capturing the chain of information from the courier of Osama itself, Mr. Speaker, showing to you how it is actually effective, Mr. Speakers. Second argument, how it's threatened people democracy. Now, we're not talking about democracy and healthy democracy. It is about the existence of society which accepts and respects differences, Mr. Speakers. And this has to be done at a collective level instead of separate individuals to maintain the unity of the country. The problem with Indonesian people is the fact that we're completely diverse, extremely diverse, and it's also so prone to being involved in mass organization. The reason why many people are easily stolen by NEE show to you, the presidents, that our people are still prone. Now, why NSA is going to make the difference? Because NSA ensures that the perpetrators is taken away from the society immediately, and ensuring that these people do not have room to make more maneuvers to improve their organization, Mr. Speakers. So we believe that ultimately NSA avoid radical growth, and because of this, it allows people, to be in the right perception about the way for you to voice your concern, Mr. Speakers. And this is how we believe it strengthens the people's democracy. So what closing government has told you is that it caters to the problem specifically, something that due process of law right now cannot. It also explains how it strengthens the people's democracy, how it teaches the people the right way to say your voices. For that reason, the motion is